And action.
So the resource we're after is copper ore. There's only 3 spots you can find copper ore, and each map has 5. The first place is the old mines, the second place is Sinkhole, and the third place is the boss dungeon, or otherwise known as the Lost Frog Kingdom. You can warp to all those places, but if you've not unlocked it, I will show you exactly how to get there. Okay, our first location is going to be the old mines. If you just start in Gnome Capital, there should be a little hole in the wall right here. You just jump down the zip line. By these rocks, there should be an entrance. That's how you get in there. Now, doing this dungeon, I do recommend owning a few things. The loot sack. And if you want to go extra fast, I recommend owning the grapplers, the teleport ball, the bomb, and the bomb detonator. Alright, so let's go in. Okay, so if you do own the bombs and the teleport ball, you'd want to go in this corner by this orange machine, place one down with a teleport ball right on top of it. That will just help you get out faster. And then also you'll want the loot sack, so you can hold all 5 copper, because there's 5 copper in this area. Now, you can just run through this dungeon, but if you do own grapplers, it's nice because you can just run straight past all the nasty bees. Now, you're not here for any of these items yet. Yeah, you just want to jump down here. You don't need to do the main dungeon in here. You can't switch it on so you can see. But after that, there's a copper right here. A copper in this corner. And then the last copper is up here in this corner over here. Now, you would normally just run out, but since we set all those bombs, let me wait till he grabs all this copper. Did you get it all?
No, I'm missing 2. Oh, up here.
Alright, so now we got all of our copper.
Okay,
Since we set the bombs, all I have to do is hit the button. And boom! I'm back. Congrats, you got all 5 of your copper. Now you can just go sell it, and we'll move on to the next map. Alright, there we go. That's 5 down, 10 to go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the next map we're going to do is Sinkhole. It's right next to the facility, so if you have been there before and you just want to warp, that's the fastest way to do it. But if you've never been there before, I'm going to show you. So you'll just want to go by the cooking sign and jump down onto the bridge. Go into this map. Once you've entered here, run all the way up the zip line until it ends. Okay, you will want to climb just a few stairs, but then right here you should see a button, the door. All you gotta do is run in there, and that's the map. Okay, so this next section, the Sinkhole, there are a few items I do recommend owning, which are the grapplers and the loot sack. They'll just make your life 10 times easier. Okay, now it's time to enter Sinkhole. Okay, once you got your loot sack and your grapplers, you may want to heal up. You do have to be aware of all the bees, but they shouldn't be too much of a worry because you're not going to be in here for very long. There's one thing. Grapple out. Handy. But they shouldn't be too much of a worry because you're not going to be in here for very long. There's one hanging from the ceiling there. One down in this corner. That one's pretty easy. On this pillar, there's one hanging from the ceiling there. Then the next one is in this dark little corner by the blue zip line. And the final one, by the other bar, there's one hanging on the ceiling again. And boom, that's how you get all 5 of it. Now you just want to make your escape. So you can go ahead and just sell that copper. And there's one more location that has 5 more. And it is the Lost Frog Kingdom. Okay, to get to the Lost Frog Kingdom, it's not too far from Gnome Capital, but I do recommend doing it in a public lobby because you'll need to buy a key that costs 10,000 beans. And most likely, if you do it in a public lobby, someone will just open up the door for you for free. So if you don't want to spend all your beans, that's okay. So you'll want to jump down here. Okay, once you get into Fantasy Village, this is where you buy the key if you want to buy one. There's a gnome right down here. Sorry, it's 2,500. Never mind, so it's not that bad. So it's just about 2.5 warps. Then once you get the key, you head down here. Okay, so you just want to parkour across the lily pads. Oh, my froggy. Okay, when doing this dungeon, a few things I do recommend owning are the grapplers and the loot sack, like always. And if you don't own grapplers, you can use like the thing like a grapple arrow or just use blocks to build across. But now, let's go into the dungeon. Okay, the first part of this dungeon's pretty simple. You just kind of parkour across this section to get the first key. Why did I throw the key? That was so weird. Okay, the next section, you'll want to become small to go down there. You can find the ingredients right by here. The bones are right up here in this little hole in the wall. Then you go to the cauldron underneath the orange pavilion. And there's also the mushroom. Alright, drink yourself a small potion. And go through here. It's not that bad. Then, just grab yourself the key and make your escape. Okay, this is the section you can use blocks to build across or grapplers. I find it easiest to use a grapple arrow and just grab yourself the key and then just grapple arrow back. All you do is hold on and it takes you to the other side. Very simple. But yeah, once you get the key, put all 3 of them in and the door will open. Okay, so once you've opened the door, this is where you want your bag and your grapplers. There are 5 copper in this room. Some of them are pretty easy, like there's this one right at the bottom you'll want to grab. And then you'll want to climb up a few stories into this house. There's a copper. And then climb up to the very top. You'll find a copper on this ledge. And then there's 2 more on the other side. You can probably see it from here. There's one right on this ledge by the mushrooms. Then jump down just a few ledges. And grab your copper right up here. That's how you get all 5. So now, all you want to do is leave. Because that's all 5 of your copper. And that's it. That's how you get all 15 copper ore in the entire game. There's no more that you can find in any other place. So I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Okay, that's all 15 copper. And the next ore will be